What is going on, eSIM Studios? Podcast number episode number 51. I've had a massive headache today. I get migraine headaches, and today's one of them days, so apologize. I definitely wanted to get a live stream in, although I think I can only go for about 30 minutes. I took as much headache medicine as I could, and it's time to roll. You know what's really giving me a migraine today? Before we get into the news, the allergies here are literally, I know I talk about it all the time, that's at an all-time high. I cannot wait to get out of this city. I'm being completely honest with you. Realistically, I think we have like one or two more years left here, and then we're gonna get out of here. And then there's freaking website. I'm making 2 websites, and I'm gonna convert the websites into applications as well. 2 Android apps into iOS apps. So actually, if you I can give you a sneak peek of what I'm developing. I'm developing on one side. So I have this channel. I got a number of YouTube channels, right? I'm developing websites for my YouTube channels, and then I'm converting them into apps. Now, I have a Chiefs Studios where I cover the NFL and the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm a big Chiefs fan, right? And I'm making a website, an application for Chiefs fans and NFL fans. News. We're going to run Google ads on there, make money on the AdSense. We're going to promote it on that channel. Now, you know how I do the daily news here? We go over news articles and stuff. Well, I'm building out a website for Android news, technology news. And they're going to auto update, so I don't have to sit there and constantly update the news articles to the website. It's going to be auto updated. Automation. Now, so instead of going to Android Central for the news article, I'm going to go to our website, and you can go there as well for news articles. And the application, it's going to be Progressive Web App, which makes it a nice and easy transition to mobile devices. And then we are going to make an official mobile devices, application as well. It's just frustrating because it's a little more difficult than I thought, but we're slowly getting through it. I should have had it done by now, but you know how it goes. Okay. What's going on, Daniel? Thank you for joining me. Hello, thank you for joining us. Yeah, I got a really big headache today, so we'll get through this. But as I mentioned, yeah, it's gonna be cool. I have the .com or the domain and everything already registered, so it'll be really cool. I'm building it out to look really nice. It's gonna be a real nice website. It's not only going to have news on there. So, like, check this out. So, the new website I'm making. Damn. So, here's one of the stories, right? So, instead of going to Android headlines for a news story, we'll go to my website. And, again, it'll be auto-updated with all the new Android news. And I'm not only going to have news on there, as you see up here where it has sections. I've been in discussions. There's some people in the comments of some previous videos that are needing help with flashing something. So I'm gonna have flashing tutorials, a little flashing section if you want to go back to stock Android with pixels, and if you want to go put a Graphite OS on your Pixel, I'll have a section there where I can preview some of my videos, because I plan on doing a Graphite OS, so flash on a Pixel. So it'll be cool, it'll be nice. I was thinking, well, since I'm always going to Android Headlines and Android Central, why don't I just make my own website? So, I mean, I can make money off of it too, because as you can tell, these ads right here, I'm going to run ads on my website. So, no, I'm not going to overdo it because these are really annoying. But, yeah, so I'm about halfway done. So, we will pull news from my own website. So let's go ahead and jump into it. So yesterday, I mentioned the fact. Hang on. So yesterday, I mentioned the fact. What's going on? Eclipse 330. Instagram joined us. Appreciate you joining me, man. I hope you're doing all right. Relaxing at home now, so that's good news. But yeah, so the website's keeping me busy, or the two websites and the two apps. But let's go ahead and jump into this news, right? So check this out. Actually, I might make a third website. I've got something up my sleeves that I think I'm not going to say anything, but I think I'm going to. Anyways, that's it's down the road. So check this out. Yesterday we discussed, and I haven't even had time to leave the house. I was going to leave the house today, test this out. Signal around town, the Nothing Phone 2A, because it doesn't get all the American carrier services. So I was going to go around the town and test it. My head's been killing me all day, so I haven't even left the house yet. But I have to put that off to tomorrow. But anyways, again, jumping back into what we said yesterday, news came out that it looks like Samsung is going to release the Galaxy Z Fold 6 FE and not the Ultra. And this FE, believe it or not, is going to cost less than $800. They're going to make a Fold less than $800. And we got news today that it's not going to be released with the other foldables at the July Unpacked event. I think because everybody would buy that. And I think they make less of a profit on the FE than they do the regular one, right? Because the regular Samsung Z Fold 6 is going to cost like $1,800. So why would you buy an $1,800 foldable when you can buy a brand new one that's $799? So I think what they're going to do, and I think we mentioned that yesterday, how it kind of doesn't, they're really going to kill the game on that, but they might shoot themselves in the foot because everybody will buy that one, the FE, over the Flip, right? Which is $1,000, or over the regular Z Fold 6, which is going to be $1,800. I think they're going to release this FE with the FE from the S25 series. I think they're going to do a FE Unpacked event, right? So they're going to release the tablet, Samsung Galaxy Tab. What would it be? This should be the S9 FE. Then they'll have the Z Fold 6 FE. Then they'll have the S24 FE. I think they're gonna group all of the fan edition devices into one launch date. At least that's what I think. I haven't heard anything, but I believe that's what they're gonna do. At least that's the only thing I can think of, right? Because if they're not gonna release it, what's up with these ads? If they're not gonna release it on the normal day of the other new foldables, so when would they release it? So okay, here it is. See, I guess I skipped over this one when I was reviewing this article. It says the Z Fold 6 FE is set to launch in September or October. So it's not gonna launch now. That's right, but that falls into my theory of they're going to have a fan edition launch day, where they launch all their fan edition devices all in one day. That's right around when they release the Samsung Galaxy S fan edition. Let's see. What the hell happened? Oh. Got a beeping in my ear. I didn't know what that was from. So yeah, this will be interesting. I don't know spec-wise. Nothing has released. in rumors and theories of what specs are. I'm assuming they're going to release older hardware, right? The FE Fan Edition is basically composed of cheaper components compared to their flagship sister or brother devices. Traditionally, Samsung has put, like, for instance, a plastic back on a device that typically comes with a glass back to cut costs, or a year-old processor compared to the brand new processor to try to save money, right? If they're going to reduce the price to the consumer, Samsung's got to reduce the cost to manufacture that device, right, to make money. So you're probably going to get, here's the deal. I think I was joking about it yesterday. You're probably going to get the Z specs similar to the Z Fold 5. And that's what I'm saying. They're probably just going to take the Z Fold 5 production units that they had left over and just relabel them as the Z Fold 6 FE, because I'm sure these specifications are probably going to be similar. You're going to get it's not going to be the latest and greatest cutting edge technology that they're going to put in all their flagship devices, right? But shall be interesting as we get closer to the as we get closer to the beginning of the fall. September, October, we should get some idea of what the specs are going to be, right, when it gets released. Let's see here. Now, moving on. I've told y'all many times. I'm not saying y'all watching specific. I'm just saying everybody in general. I got rock solid news months ago, even before the S24 was released, the S24 series, that next year's S25 series, Samsung was going to go with a all new design, with an all new design language, right? So, meaning it's not going to look like this next year. Why? I have no idea. I think they have a design that looks good, but I guess unlike Apple, where they just sit on a design for years, they want to kind of, continue the growth and don't want to get stuck on one design. And I'm not all dissatisfied or I'm not necessarily excited about that, but as long as it doesn't look ugly, like, I don't care. As far as a design change, it doesn't bother me that much, although I do love the look of this. I love the flat sides. I think the minimalistic camera sensors on the back, where there's no extra camera island around the sensors, all that extra flutter. I like the very sleek look of these new S24 series devices. So we will see. There's not been any renders leaked. There's not been anything leaked except the information that they are going to change the design and or the way that they look. Any news on Galaxy Buds Pro and feature? Now, you're talking about the third generation, correct? Because I actually have said Galaxy Buds Pro. Yeah, because I actually have the Galaxy Buds Pro 2 in my ear right now. It's what I use for a speaker input, so I can hear what's going on into the computer, so I can hear the music and all the feedback and all that stuff. There is something, right? So, hang on. While I look that up, check this out. They are going to change the screen size of the smaller S25 up, the base S25, from 6.2 inches to 6.3 inches, which is very interesting because that's what the iPhone, what is it, 16? iPhone 16 is gonna increase their screen size to 6.3 inches, and then Pixel is also going to do the same thing with their smaller model. So everybody's kind of fine-tuning their hardware, but I mean, can you tell the difference? I can. when a 6.1 inch screen to 6.3 inch screen. Is it a big difference? Not really. You know, will most people be able to tell? Probably not, but I can. So let's see. I had something on the buds. Give me just a second and I'll find it. Oh shit, I'm on the wrong phone. Yeah, okay. Samsung is drastically cutting the price on new Galaxy Buds 2 Pro, the ones I have in my ear. Traditionally, companies will do that to try to get rid of any extra stock that they have to make way for the new model that's coming in, right? Let's see. Okay, here we go. I got it. I knew I had this. Okay, so in regards, thank you for reminding me, because I was going to include this in last week's news and I just forgot. It's big news because I love Galaxy Buds. I don't use anything else. They're the best in my opinion. Galaxy Buds 3 and Buds 3 Pro are going to launch in July 2024, and it's going to feature wireless ANC earbuds with new wireless ANC features. Now, it looks like it's going to launch next to, alongside of these new foldables. If you remember, what was it, last year or 2 years ago? Maybe it's been the last 2 years. They've released. Samsung's kind of sneaky about that because they'll release earbuds alongside their foldables, or they'll release their Galaxy Books alongside, and then they didn't do it this year, but Galaxy Books alongside other flagship devices, and they kind of get forgotten about. I have a launch date of July 2024 for the Buds 3 and 3 Pro, and the Unpacked event for the foldables, the Z Fold 6 and Z Flip 6, are in July. So I'm assuming they're going to launch the new Buds alongside the new foldables at the Unpacked event this year, here in just a few months. Thank you for reminding me. That's good news because I'm definitely getting them. What time is it? Let's see. I got another. So there's a brand new CPU that just came out. It was a head scratcher because the 8 Gen 3 just was released for these new Samsung devices. So when I heard 8S Gen 3, I said, "What the hell?" Well, we now know because we were thinking, what are they going to put them in? I have no idea. And it looks like we finally got an idea, right? So there are a handful of companies that did confirm the use of the 8S Gen 3. Now, if you're not familiar, the 8 Gen 3 is their flagship CPU for Samsung and Android devices, Qualcomm, right? They make the Snapdragon CPU. And then that was announced and released at the beginning of the year, just a few months ago. And then last week we got word that they are making, or that they have already made, a brand new 8S Gen 3, which is kind of like a modified version of their flagship CPU. And we didn't know what they were going to put it in because the top Android phones are already taken for. The S24 series already has the 8 Gen 3 in them. The Pixel phones use their own Google Tensor CPU. And the Nothing... Now, that was my only guess. I said, well, the only thing left is the Nothing phone. Nothing Phone 3. All right? And we'll still have to wait and see if that's the case. But the OnePlus devices, their flagship device was already released with the 8 Gen 3. What else? That's about it for top of the line Android devices. Xiaomi, their devices, the Chinese phone was already released in China at the beginning of the year, so it didn't really make sense to us what this CPU was gonna, what it was manufactured for. Now, it still could be announced that they are gonna put it in the Nothing Phone 3. I have no idea, but we do have Xiaomi, iQOO, Realme, Honor, and Redmi, which is basically the another version of a Xiaomi phone, have all been confirmed to use the chip. The Xiaomi Civi 4 Pro will launch on March 21st and utilize it, but again, that probably won't come to the US. This is a 4 nanometer processor that puts a huge focus on AI. So it's actually a tiny bit, it's the same foundation as their flagship CPU, the 8 Gen 3. Same foundation, same design. They tone it back a little bit on performance, but they tune it up in other ways in machine learning and in their neural core. It's basically more AI focused instead of horsepower raw performance focused. Let's see. Nothing on the Nothing. So, look for that to hit devices soon. We should get leaks and rumors here on the Nothing Phone 3, I would think, here pretty soon. So, as soon as I hear something, I will let y'all know. I will definitely be getting it. And I'll, depending on whether or not if I have a headache tomorrow, like today, I'm going to go around and test this device. Test these together. So far, I love it. We'll just have to. I haven't been able to get outside today. And last but not least, check this out. iPhone. The Apple iPhone 17, you guessed it, is getting an anti-reflective display just like Samsung. Boy, they are pulling their displays from Samsung, and they are pulling their AI from Google. Not necessarily going in the direction I thought they would be going here this time last year, or even just a few months ago. It looked like they were on their way to do everything themselves, even manufacturing their own displays by themselves. There were some rumors about that. And it looks like really be the case. So yesterday we reported that they're actually they've tapped in talks with Google to power their quote-unquote AI that's on their, I guess, upcoming iPhone 16 that'll be released here in, September, which was a shock because last year they were the biggest, trying to word it right. Last year, in the year of 2023, nobody bought more AI startup companies than Apple. And now that we got news yesterday that they're going to use Google's AI, it's kind of like, well, then why'd you buy up all these little startup companies for AI if you're just going to end up using Google's AI? So maybe it's just not ready yet. Maybe they're not comfortable putting their own stuff in there yet, and they've had to tap in with Google to supply the quote-unquote AI. It'd be interesting to see how Google does that, since it's a completely all new and different chip compared to what Google is using, and but it's so powerful. Apple's CPU is, I'm sure it could handle all that stuff. I think that's about it. I gotta actually have a conference or a meeting here at 6:30, so I'm gonna have to my time, so I'm gonna have to get off. But yeah, I just wanted to put something out there. I know I wasn't gonna go my usual hour today. But yeah, let me get out of here, guys. I gotta get ready for this little conference call meeting FaceTime deal that I got. So thank you for joining me. I will, assuming I don't have a headache tomorrow, I plan on doing a lot more tomorrow. So thank you for bearing with me today. But I will hit y'all up tomorrow. Please join me tomorrow. I got lots of stuff to do, lots of stories, lots of content, lots of stuff to record. And I'm going to try to leave the house tomorrow and test this out. I was going to do that today, but just did not get around to it. So in those websites I'm developing, I should have them done maybe, I don't know, hopefully this week or so. So, yeah, let's see. Probably next week, knowing myself. But I will see y'all later. Thank you for joining me. Peace out.